Hello and welcome back to Satisfactory. We're continuing our playthrough here in the desert, and we are about to get some tech. So, between episodes, I did a little bit of exploring, found some Caterium, actually found a mine of Caterium, and I put a couple portable miners on it. I didn't build an actual thing yet. Found a Mercer Sphere and harvested up some resources that I knew we were going to need. So, let's go ahead and get some research out of the way, because the sooner we can get this better stuff, the better off we are going to be. I didn't find any sand, but let's go ahead and start research here. All right, so
Mercer
Dimensional
Sphere
Depot.
analysis completed.
It's actually not
Established
that
local
far
planetary
away once I
signature
get that
massage 2
dam
AB
going.
B in the local Mercer Sphere signals,
All right,
allowing them to
we
be
got
tracked
enough
by the object
of this
scanner.
Caterium.
Mercer Spheres can also transmit data between specific.
Witness our scripture, witness our windows. Have you come to defile our shrine? Sing us a song.
Okay, so
Arguing the
we
existence
need.
of intelligent alien life. While Fixit
Looks like
has figured out the
mostly
method, all
Caterium
of the
wire.
original data is still
So while she's
untranslatable.
yapping, we'll make some wire.
Research completed. Quickwire recipe unlocked. New Caterium research available.
All right, I'm making quick wire. Grab a couple of these rotors. Probably just grab them from here. And then might as well finish this off while we're at it. That'll give us full power. Although I have a feeling I'm going to need some of that
Production
first.
can now be fully automated by burning coal, which has been added to the resource scanner.
So
water is also necessary to run the coal power
we look at this, we can
and
see.
will require a network of pipelines to be transported from a water source.
Actually, it just needs rotors.
Water, Fixit has compiled this guide.
What does this need?
Water is a somewhat reflective liquid, and it may have thick vegetation growing nearby. To test if something is water, try touching it. If it is not solid and does not corrode your suit, it is probably water.
So we need a fair amount of rotors. We have plenty of copper sheets, which I'm glad we started working on those earlier because we're going to need them. And then coal powered generator. Yeah, we're going to need more steel plates. A little bit of everything. Finish up what we're doing here. I know Caterium. We're going to unlock that. Should be able to unlock, I think, this.
New Caterium research options available. Congratulations on finding this metal. Many Fixit initiatives will benefit from Caterium's applicability in advanced engineering.
Power poles Mark II.
Also, it is probably. I will now assume you are an expert and judge your use of these technologies accordingly.
All right, let's go ahead and quartz we do not have more of. So I'm going to go ahead and research that for now. I do need to get more silica so that I can get these extra inventory slots. But for the time being, I don't have them. So we're just going to have to make do with what we got. Actually, don't think this will yield enough, but we can certainly look. I do want to keep these on hand. We could put all these plants and everything in there, power slugs. We really only need stuff that we need to build right now. And unfortunately, that does include all this stuff. All right, let's grab what we can out of here because we're going to need more than one rotor. We're going to need a whole bunch of rotors, actually. Sometimes the targeting is a little iffy on this. Looks like the front of the hitbox is what you got to get. All right, let's go here first and empty this out. And then we'll go ahead and take whatever's on the belt. All right, there we go. We have a lot of wire. Grab some more sheets, grab some more cables. We'll just take a little bit of everything because we know we're going to need a whole bunch of stuff when we go to start building out there. I do not have adequate amount of iron plates, so let's grab some of those. I don't think I need screws for anything. Certainly don't recall seeing it on the list. No, okay, so this is enough to build 3 of those. And then we also have to build water extractor. So yeah, we have exactly enough rotors for that. And enough sheets. That should be okay. What I think I'm going to do is it's probably easier to bring the coal to water than it is water to coal. So I'm going to just, because of the, vertical height and the fact that the water can only sustain 10-meter uplift. So I think I'm just going to bring the coal, I merge it all together onto one belt, bring the belt down here. Unfortunately, the belt won't be fast enough to begin with, but we'll eventually get it there through upgrades. But we'll set up a little power plant by that lake, and that should get us up and running. And now I do have to bring power cables with everywhere in order, well, at least power cables to here and up to here, because that's where we're going to go. So I have to keep that in mind. I feel like there's something I'm forgetting, but we're going to go ahead and just start heading over that direction. The Blade Runners are going to make things so much nicer because I'm going to be able to jump and run and do all sorts of stuff. We already have power running partway to where we need to go, so we'll just keep hopping along in that direction. This might be as far as our power goes. Yeah, this guy right here. So we got plenty of power. I think I was gonna drop some of the materials into basic steel production, but that was the thing I was forgetting. But it really doesn't matter because I'm not gonna complete it, and the wire's fine. Don't worry about that later. All right, so here's the water. All right, this is where the head lift is kind of questionable. So we are going to have to kind of build really close to the surface of the water in general. Bust out our beaten stick. Ha. Bye. Got him. All right, so I could chainsaw this up to clear some space, but I think right here, kind of the high point, definitely not 10 meters up, so we should be fine putting it here. Go ahead, lay a foundation. I'm going to hit roll to map it to the world grid. Then we're going to hit R to start zooping it. I did forget to grab concrete. That is potentially problematic, depending on how big this platform needs to be. Yeah, I think I'm okay. It should be adequate for now. I'm going to go ahead and add in the water extractor.
That may indeed be water. Try submerging your arm. If it does not dissolve, that will narrow down the range of possibilities. Or you could just pipe it to a coal-powered generator and see what happens.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. All right, that is connected now. And now we just got to make the run down to the coal, which I don't have marked. So it looks like it's just straight this way down this path. So I'm going to go ahead, run down there, and we're going to bring a belt back over this way. I'm going to bring power down there while I'm heading in that direction anyway. Power is pretty cheap. I did not bring portable miners. I'm going to need 3 of those. I'm going to have to craft them. I don't think I even have them. Alright, we got them. More Caterium, but I don't need that anymore. If anything, I need quartz. Alright, how close are... Oh, we overshot. Yikes. Wrong way. Well, I'll just leave it there. We could use it in the future. And while I'm here, I'll grab this power slug. There might be something else in this cave, so I'm going to go a little deeper. Huh. Apparently not a cave. A little passageway. Alright, there is our coal right there. So the good thing is we could just follow this power line back with the belt. Now, I am going to need a better power pole, so let's go ahead and upgrade that. Because we're going to be hooking multiple things up. I'm a little worried about the quantity of electricity that's going to be available to us. But hopefully it'll be okay. We're going to build a temporary equipment workshop so I can get a couple more portable miners cranked out. Alright, where was the last piece of coal? Over there. Alright. We're going to have everybody kind of merge together, which is why I'm hooking them up that way. Alright, we know everybody's going to merge over that way. Bring you in there. Bring you in there. Bring you in there. And that should give us a start on our treacherous path we gotta carve out. Hoping we got enough materials to make it over there and build the coal plants, which I probably should have done that first. Ugh. Clipping. I mean, I'm gonna probably do a lot of clipping, but I'm gonna at least attempt to start with not doing it. Alright, let's get everything wired. Let's see if the power holds up. Alright, the coal is beginning to come out. Let's just check the power real quick. Alright, our max consumption is definitely way over. So this will just be kind of a fingers crossed moment for a little while. I am going to have to eventually upgrade this belt. But for the time being, it's just going to have to stay a Mark 1. Barely had enough resources to bring this over here. And actually, even though I brought it over here, it's still not enough to, I think, build everything that I need to build. Hold on, this is in the way. Alright, let's bust out that trusty old chainsaw and hack this stuff down. Alright, so water's going to have to come up from the rear there.
Interesting, most pioneers already had coal power set up by this point because they understood their responsibility to humanity. Adjusting pioneer attitude metrics. Reminder, coal-powered generators require coal.
He is sassy. All right, let's go ahead and bind these to hotkeys real quick just so that I can hopefully pretty easily build this. All right, for now, we're just getting these 3 hooked up.
Fix-it pipelines can contain any fluid, including the water necessary for coal-powered generators. Note: water does not flow upwards by itself. While water extractors provide some lift,
Okay,
to
I am
truly
out of
defy
iron
gravity,
plates.
consider the use of pipeline pumps.
Unfortunately, I don't even have enough to make a crafting bench. So I have a couple options here. Either I can dismantle temporarily that, which then will give me enough material to make a crafting bench, which then I can use, convert this to ingots, then make iron plates, and give me enough stuff without having to run back to base. So that's probably what I'll do. It is what I did. And then with any luck, we'll get power up and running. And then we'll have coal power, which means we could start breaking down the biofuel power at our base. Well, we could leave it running for now because I have to burn through all that biofuel. But I would love to just get rid of that. And then we have to redesign the whole base, because I'm not producing anywhere near as much as I need to be producing. All right, let's get this over here. All right, this is centered. Let's see what that centered looks like. All right, that's telling me that's centered. I don't know if I believe it, but no, that made it really wonky. I don't know why I did that. All right, as long as I follow the line that is just to the right of this line, which I think is right here. So, nope, that is super crooked. Even worse than it was before. That should... Nope. That's right, the pipe has to be at the line, not the curve. So the curve actually has to be forward, I think, 2? Yes. That looks relatively straight. At least as best as I could tell. All right, let's go ahead and map these conveyor lifts to 4. And then what else do I need? I need the merger and the splitter. So for this, I need a splitter. And we're gonna load it from that side to this side. We're gonna do a little manifold setup, which will work perfect for this. And now I don't have enough iron plates again. All right. So close to having power. Let's upgrade this to Mark II pole. We can wire all this stuff up. The good thing is when I'm ready to add more, I could just expand on it. I will have to upgrade the, what you call it though? The belt to bring more coal over here. Just not enough coal. All right, let's go get some plates and then finish up that build because we are so close. one good thing about these Blade Runners is it makes movement way quicker than the very beginning game, so shouldn't be too bad to run there and back. Okay, I've got adequate iron plates. Let's head back and get this power turned on. We can take a look once we get there at what our power situation is before and after the coal plant goes live. But it is connected already, so the second I hook that coal up, it's gonna start producing power as soon as a piece of coal lands inside. So we'll have to check the power first. All right, take a quick look. The capacity is 120 megawatts, and the maximum consumption is 160-ish. But for now, we're just gonna hook that up there. It's gonna take a little bit to get over there, but water should already be filling up or full in all of it. This coal's a little slow right now, but eventually we'll upgrade this belt. As long as it feeds into there consistently, we should be okay. Okay. Here we go. Capacity is just increased to 270. 345. Now we're double what our maximum is, which is huge. And we're starting to stack coal up. So coal is reaching all of these without running out, I think. Maybe? Yeah, it is just barely reaching these. But it is keeping up, so as long as that power stays consistent, the water is not a problem at all. So we should be fine. All right, well, now we're just going to go back to the base and start ripping it apart and redesigning everything. Hopefully to get better yields, because we need way more plates. And to get that, we need way more screws. To get that, we need way more of everything else. So I will pick up with you once I get to that point. Okay, just got through reworking the base. I pretty much separated it all out. Iron is over here, and copper is over here. I rerouted all of the stuff. And then I made everything into a manifold. So what feeds is all manifold based now. And we have an extra plate maker here, and then an extra rotor maker here. And then the middle factories feed into this to make the smart plating, which is what we need for phase 2. We need 1,000 of them. So that's going to take, forever and a day. So we'll let that just run for now. We are a little bit sketchy on power at the moment. So if we look at the power situation, we can see there's a couple times where it dips and exactly matches what we're consuming. So I'm thinking that has to do more with the belts and the fact that the coal is not reaching the coal plants fast enough. So the next major thing I need to do is, once I get some more of these smart plates or reinforced iron plates built up, I need to go through and spend a little time getting all of that done and upgrading all the coal belts. At least Mark II, that's all I have right now, but definitely have to get that done, because there's no way I'm going to keep up with the power demands at that rate. The good thing is, once that's done, once I get the Mark II belts in place for that, I could probably expand it to 4 or maybe 5 coal plants. So that will better suit what we need, and I need to be prepared for when these stop working. because that's not really that far away. And this is providing 120 watts of electricity. So that's a little less than 2 coal plants just to replace what's here. So we've got a little bit of time on that, but it's not endless. So at this point, it's mostly just a waiting game. I'm going to go explore and poke around a little bit while I wait for more of these reinforced plates to get crafted. And then once all these plates get crafted, I will go ahead and start doing the Mark II belts and go from there. All right, so did a little more retooling, and I ended up making these first 3 all screw producers. I guess it's the shorter ones, actually. And then I made the next 3 iron plates, and then the last 2 iron rods to feed in here for the rotor creation. Still don't have enough screws. I did use that alternate recipe that I got for the cast iron screws, or the cast screws, because it cuts out that extra step of having to make the rods. I also got the power situation figured out, so we're stable now. What it was, I wasn't extracting enough water to go with the coal. So each coal plant takes 50 water, and each pump only generates 120. So when I had 3 plants, I was, a bit shy for the third one, so it was periodically dropping. So I ended up building 6 plants and 3 pumps and chaining them all together. And that, for the most part, meets our current electrical needs. Actually, it completely meets our current electrical needs if we were running maximum consumption all the time. But I have to subtract 140 from this, because if all these biomass burners are offline when we're done with biomass, that brings us down to 50 megawatts, 60 megawatts within our maximum capacity. So there's really, unless I need the space for some reason, there's really not a reason to break this stuff down yet. I might as well let it burn through all the biofuel. I did end up harvesting some more when I was cleaning up around the coal plant. So I went ahead and put that in here so that it can be converted. Biofuel is going to last us a long time. Might as well take advantage of it. I do still feel like I'm behind on production. I have nothing making modular frames right now. So I am going to tap into this iron node and set up probably over here and, feeding back in this direction, an entire production chain to make modular frames. And then ultimately, whatever those next specs are that I need, because that is going to be brutal. We might as well finish this now, because I'm also going to need steel. So now that I've unlocked the ability to make basic
Milestone reached.
steel
Coal and
production,
iron can be combined in the foundry
I
to
need
start steel production.
to get
Part
coal
number
over here
2,
so that
the
I can
versatile framework,
get that
can only
going.
be created via automation, not at a crafting bench.
What else
Delivering these to the space
could be
elevator
done?
is essential if we are going to complete phase 2 of project assembly and save the day.
I feel
Fix
like,
It and humanity is relying
I mean,
on
obviously
you.
I got to work on that next, because that's going to determine our ability to do any of this stuff. So clearly I definitely need modular frames. Hypertubes would be good for transport to and from different places. I don't have a parachute yet, so I can't make a hypertube launcher at this point, but those are awesome. So once I get power towers, that would be really good as well, because then we can run these longer spans without individual power poles. So lots to do, but I will probably start with this next, because I'm thinking the coal, I might end up doing a tractor with a truck station rather than running a conveyor belt, but we'll see what exactly that looks like when we get there. Let's go ahead and just, we can't yet, but we actually almost have everything we need for this. But that will be in the next episode. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel to see more content in the future, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.